finally happening. It's time for my craft room makeover. I've been looking so forward to doing this room ever since we moved in, not quite 2 years ago. But I wanted to get the whole downstairs level done first. And so this is the next room, and I'm really excited. It has very plain, dull, beige walls, beige trim. It's just kind of a mess. I want to give it some color and some beauty, and I cannot wait to get started. The first thing I have to do is empty this room, and that's going to be a job. I have a lot of stuff in here, but I got to start packing it all up. One of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to take this rack off of this door. I am thinking that this was maybe meant for ties and belts. I'm not entirely sure, but I really don't need this on the back of the door, so it is coming off. Ooh, I think it's painted on here. Or it's just been on here for a very long time. Oh, it does not want to come off. Oh, here it goes. Ooh, yeah, definitely gonna have to paint the door.
At least there's ground wires. That's the good part. I mean, did I mention that you don't need number 12 wire for everything?
I think you mentioned that in the last video.
Yeah. I mean, it's good stuff, just a little more difficult to deal with than
Last fall, we took out our very overgrown yew bushes that went all the way around the front of our house. You can see how far out it stuck from the planter box. And Rick took his nippers and he had to nip all of these off one by one. This was a tremendous job and a lot of work. He had to use a sawzall to get in there to get this root system out. It was huge. He also used a pickaxe as well. And he also used a shovel and an awful lot of digging. But in the end, he was able to get them all out. We went to our local nursery to look for some beautiful perennials to plant in there. And we ended up choosing some beautiful flowering shrubs. We bought countless bags of bark to put over top of our flowers once they were planted. I don't even remember how many bags we bought. It was a lot. So we set to digging out the holes and planting our beautiful perennials. Now these flowering shrubs are only going to get between 2 to 3 feet tall, so they're going to stay relatively small, but they're going to look beautiful once they've been in the ground for probably at least a year. And here we are getting them all planted. We had a really beautiful day to do it. It wasn't too hot or too cold. And now all the plants are in. Rick, I think, has one more on the back side of the house. And here it is with all of the bark and mulch around the beautiful flowers. They look so beautiful, and boy, what a transformation this made to the front of our home. This thread holder is very, very old. It's from the 1970s and it was my mother's. And she gave it to me recently when she was going through some stuff in her basement, and it's so much fun. And I don't want to tip it too far so they don't fall out, but I have all my little ones here down below. And this is such a fun piece. Another thing that I want to show you is my son got me this a couple of years ago now, and it's a seam ripper, but it was made with an old like solid silver, maybe it was a knife, or I'm assuming it was like the bottom of a knife, and this is just the coolest piece. I love this. This basket holds all of my patterns, and some of the ones that are too big I just have on top. I also have all of my good sewing scissors up here on the very top shelf. And if you have children or grandchildren, you know what I mean, because the one thing that the kids would always get in trouble with when they were little is you do not touch my sewing scissors. On the next shelf down, you can see I have my cording and I have my paper so that you can put this on the back of pictures if you need to reframe them. And in this box, I have all of my elastic supplies. And in this basket, I have all of my electronic stuff that goes with all of my cameras. This one holds some of my scrapbooking supplies. And I have a basket for all of my Velcro. Some of it is sticky and some of it is sew-on. And I have another little basket here for all of my hot glue gun supplies. And this, I would be absolutely lost without, is my paint swatches, my paint fan. This thing, I have used this thing in like 4 different homes now. I also have on hand a lot of wrapping paper supplies. So I have this little basket here behind the door next to my my ironing board where I keep all of those supplies there. And I also have this basket which is full of tissue paper. And here is my basket full of bows. So I'm always ready when it's time to wrap. Down here I have all of my ribbons. I have, oh my goodness, my grandkids were in this yesterday. Oh my gosh. Okay, so in this basket I have all of my other ribbons and little pom-poms and things like that. Down below I have my yarn. I just keep it covered since I haven't been doing a lot of crocheting lately. And the 2 bottom shelves over here are for the grandkids. I have a basket of stickers and books and all of their little art supplies. And I finally got around to organizing all of my material, which is a really great thing. So you go up to the next shelf and I have all of my scissors that the kids can use and markers and things like that. And over here on the built-in shelves, on the top shelf, you will see I have all of my paints and brushes and Mod Podge and things like that. And the next shelf down, I have some foam, and I have just all my waxes and things like that, and some of my sprays, like clear spray, and I don't know, I have a lot of different things here. I have like my fabric glue, and just lots of different waxes and things like that. The shelf down from there has all of my paper supplies. The shelf down from there has all of my quilting supplies and polyfill for pillows or what have you. And at the very bottom I have bags for I have one that's just Christmas bags and one that's also like multi-purpose bags. And I do reuse these and I save them because it's good for the environment. My mother-in-law Alice made this beautiful runner that I keep on my sewing machine, and the reason I do that, number 1 is to protect the wood, but number 2, when I'm ironing, I can set my iron on this, and I have another layer of protection underneath here, and so it just keeps all of my wood safe. And here is more of my Wizard of Oz memorabilia. I have my beautiful little Dorothy and my little Polly Pocket Wizard of Oz, which is really cool. My daughter gave that to me many years ago, and the little characters are so, so tiny. I actually hold a lot of stuff in this cabinet that we inherited from my mother-in-law. Oh yeah, here's the Here's the tiny little Wizard of Oz pieces that go to that set. So if we open the drawers, this drawer has all of my pliers and my box cutter, and I have twine, and I have my X-Acto knife blades and all kinds of things in this drawer. If we go down to the next drawer, this has all of my other supplies, like for hanging photos and thumbtacks and you name it, it's in there. I've got a whole bunch of things in that one. And down at the very bottom, I have a lot of other really miscellaneous things. I have like two-sided foam sticky tape. I have clips. Down below, in the bottom shelf, I have rubber bands, and I used to do a lot of needlepoint years ago, and I still have a little bit of it left. So this shelf, not only is it absolutely adorable, it's really handy to put all of my crafting supplies in. And I just went through this and got rid of a bunch of it, but this is my overflow of wallpaper. If you watched the video of my craft room reveal in our previous home, or watched the video on how we restored this beautiful sewing machine, if you didn't see it, you will know that this was my grandmother's and I inherited it. And it still works beautifully, and I do sew on it from time to time. It's a beautiful Singer, and it has the beautiful Egyptian detailing on it, and it's in really, really good condition. Like I said, my grandmother bought it, oh my gosh, in the 1930s or 40s. And then she eventually gave it to my mom, and so I remember having it when I was a little girl, and then she gave it to me in later years, and it is a really fun piece to sew on, and this will always, always stay in the family. It'll be passed down. This is a generational piece. If you have seen any of my videos, you know how much I love the Wizard of Oz. So I have a few of my pieces displayed on this beautiful secretary, this antique secretary. And these are music boxes. And this one is a music box as well. Plus, it's a little globe. It's not really a snow globe because it doesn't have snow in it, but it has like glitter in it. This beautiful beautiful secretary piece was my daughter's, and they had it stored in their garage, and it needed quite a little bit of work. So several years ago, I asked her if she was going to be using it, and she said no. And so Rick and I brought it home, and we restored it. And so I had it in my craft room reveal in our previous home. This is another piece that will always go with me no matter where we go. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece to display some of the quilts that I have. And I actually have more even that aren't in here. These are two little blankets that I crocheted when my granddaughter was a baby. She's 7 now. So I did broomstick lace and I did granny square. And everything still works. This pulls down, and I have a lot of supplies in here for if I want to sit down and do any writing or make out Christmas cards or anything. I have everything I need here. And down here is where I keep my iron. So it's a very convenient place to have it. Rick and I started our YouTube channel 4 years ago when we purchased a 1999 Coachman camper that was in need of a lot of love. And I figured, what the heck, I'm just going to film while I make over this camper. And I had so much fun that I just continued it on. And we named our channel Camping with Emmy because Emmy is our adorable little pug. And so after that, I started doing some home renovations in our previous home, and I did videos of those. And then ultimately we sold the camper and we bought a motor home, which is a 2005. And I restored and redid that whole motor home, and we had a lot of fun with that. And then almost 2 years ago, we purchased our 1927 vintage bungalow, and so we changed the name of our channel when we bought this home. And we have been slowly but surely renovating each room since we moved in. And this is going to be the last video that I'm going to do in this home of this craft room, because we have made the very difficult decision to sell this house. We love the home. I love that it's historic, but there are a few downfalls. One being we are very, very, very close to this very busy intersection, and there's just a lot of noise and a lot of cars and things that we really didn't know that this was going to be an issue until we moved in, because we live in a very small town, and we were just shocked at the amount of traffic that this corner gets. And there were also some other little issues as well. However, we purchased a home on the lake. So we have a beautiful lake here in the little town. That we have several lakes actually, but we purchased a home on a lake in our little town. And it is definitely a fixer-upper, but once it's done, it's going to be beautiful. We bought it for the property. It has 100 feet of lake frontage, and it's absolutely beautiful. I am really not sure at this time whether or not we're going to continue this channel. I've had a lot of fun on YouTube. It's been 4 years, but anybody who's ever created content knows that it is a tremendous amount of work to do, especially when you're doing the majority of all the work in the rooms, and you're doing all of the filming and the editing and the thumbnails and filling out the descriptions and everything. It's very, very time consuming. Also, I may be having an upcoming surgery later this summer, coinciding with this moving, so there's a lot going on, so there won't be a video for several months. And like I said, I'm up in the air as to whether or not we're going to continue, the YouTube channel with the lake house. If you would like to see videos of our lake home renovation, it's a small house. It's much smaller than the house we're currently living in, but it's going to be absolutely adorable when we get it done. Please let me know in the comments below if you would like us to continue on and do some videos of our updates in our new home. We're very excited. But Rick and I would like to thank you all so very much for sticking with us for these 4 years during all of our renovations that we've done. We've had a lot of fun along the way, and I learned a lot about photography and editing and filming, and it's just been an absolute joy, and we appreciate all of you watching our videos so very much. Rick and I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful summer, and we may see you again sometime in the fall. I don't know, but we wish you all the best that there is, and we may see you soon. Goodbye.